The Curls Ultimate Styling Collection has two medium hold gels. What's the difference? Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel where I share my personal hair journey and then tips, tricks, and product reviews to help you with your own. So if that sounds interesting, definitely hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell twice for notifications. They done changed stuff up, all right? So the Curls Ultimate Styling Collection features 4 gels. I got all 4 here. They had a sale because they are changing the packaging. So they did offer this for a reduced price. The Ultimate Finished Ultimate Styling Collection gels will be released in 2020. I'm not really sure exactly when in 2020, but they will release the real deal then. Now, of course, as I said in the intro portion, there are 2 gels that have medium hold. It's the Be Defined Curl Defining Gel and then the Be Enviable Creamy Curl Gel. And so they have one light and one hard hold, but these both say that they're good for different types of sets. They both claim to have medium hold. The ingredients are different, but kind of similar in some other ways. So I was just kind of like, what? You know, if you're trying to just purchase one or the other or use one or the other, you're kind of like, well, which one do I use? Which was my immediate first thought and concern. So we're going to actually do a curl former set. And we're gonna do one of them on one side of my head and one on the other side of the head, and then we're gonna see what's the difference. So on the right side of my head, I'm going to be using the purple gel from the collection.
So I forgot to mention that what I am using on my hair as the leave-in is the very last remnants of my Adjua Beauty Baomint leave-in conditioner, and all of the gels were tested with this leave-in prior to using it. I've also sped up this clip because I already have a detailed video on how to do curl formers. It's been done on here, so I will link that in an eye up to the right, and I will also link it down below underneath the video. So the purple gel is actually called Be Enviable Creamy Curl Gel. And it says create enviable curls with just the right amount of hold, definition, and sheen with Be Enviable Creamy Curl Gel. Medium hold. The first 5 ingredients are water, aloe leaf juice, polyacrylate 14, polysorbate 20, pectin, and because I lost count, perhaps bean tree is the 5th ingredient. There's also marshmallow root extract, and you get into a lot of extracts before ending with xanthan gum, fragrance, and a couple of things that preserve the product. This gel also says that it gives you directions on applying it in 8 individual sections and scrunching to dry and enhancing curls with an old t-shirt, but you guys know that would never work on my curl type. And it says it also can be used on twist and braid outs, roller rod sets, or any natural style. So that is why I felt like the curl former set was a good style to use this on.
So now that the right side of my head is done, I will be doing the left side with the blue gel.
The blue gel is actually called Be Defined Curl Defining Gel. It says limp curls got you down? Don't fret, we got you, and your curls covered. Be Defined Curl Defining Gel will sculpt your curls with just the right amount of hold and definition, also medium hold. The first 5 ingredients for this are water, sorbitol, polyacrylate 14, polysorbate 20, PEG 40 hydrogenated, castor oil, and aloe leaf juice. This product also has glycerin and panthenol. I know I'm getting beyond the 5, but it's got hydrolyzed quinoa, xanthan gum, fragrance, and then it goes into the typical preservatives and thickeners and things that are in your on-the-shelf commercial products. Now, this one also tells you information about applying it in sections and scrunching and all that, and you guys know that that would never ever 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 work on my curl pattern. And then it says here it can also be used on twist and braid outs, roller rod sets, or any other natural style, which again is why I am doing this particular hairstyle. If you find that you are still watching this video, you are almost halfway through, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave my video, because you're liking the video enough to be watching it this long. welcome to the next day. I actually did sit under the dryer and air dry all day and stuff, but then eventually I just put my hair up in a tube and decided to leave the takedown for the next day. And this is the results. They are unfluffed and unstyled.
Okay, so at the moment right now with me looking at it, I'm looking in the viewfinder. I am not detecting much of a difference between these two gels. We know that they can do the curl former set, but then again, curl formers are going to press your hair together into the style no matter what you have on it anyway. But I do feel like my hair is a little bit more shiny than it would typically be with me having done curl formers. Obviously some of the formers were like laying funny and I didn't really fix them, so the curl is gonna lay funny. But I am going to probably separate my hair just a little bit to get less of a Sunday school vibe, because I am leaving my house today. Another thing to note, the weather is really slated to be bad. Thunderstorms are forecasted for clean through to next week in the city where I live. However, I am going to another city to run errands and it is not supposed to rain there. Either way, the humidity is going to be very high. So hopefully when I pop back on here, my hair will still look good, but the chances are highly likely that my hair will be done because of the humidity. But these are such pretty curls. I wish that curl formers lasted better on my hair, but they just don't. But we're here to see if there's a difference between these gels, and so far I'm not seeing much of one. Y'all let me know if you see a difference. Okay guys, difference detected. A difference has been detected. Gotta pop back on here for it. So I have just spent time separating my hair and twirling the curls back around my finger and stuff. Same technique used on both the right and the left side. Now the gel that is on the right side, my hair is very soft and airy and just very flowy, you know, all that bouncy everything. So as I was separating it was very easy to separate my hair and twirl it back into shape, so it looks great. Now the left side of my head, my hair feels coated, tacky, even though they both, I washed my hands in between doing both sides, they both have a coating on my hand as I was taking it apart. But this is like hairspray feeling. And when I was trying to separate it, I was having difficulty because some of these ones in the back, they didn't want to curl back up into the curl and they were just dropping. And so I tried to do very little or very careful separation over here because I was having a hard time getting them back into the shape. And so this side is kind of like more frizzy already. I tried to keep it at bay just a little bit, but I can already tell that this side is wanting to be more frizzy. And I don't know, I had high hopes for it because I felt like, because this gel contains castor oil, which is something I typically don't use on my hair, I felt like castor oil would create maybe a barrier to protect it against humidity and that kind of stuff. So I'm not really sure how this is gonna happen, because it might be to where my hair looks great on one side and doesn't look that great on the other side. Like right now they're pretty close, and I think that you would just have to come up on me in person to really truly see the difference between these two sides. All right, my good people, it is day 2. Let me just acknowledge the fact that this is the best curl former set that I have ever had in my entire life. I have never made a curl former set make it to day 2, because usually the ends start getting a little daggery, which they are getting a little straighty looking, you know, that's what they do. But they are to the point where I can still wear the curls on day 2. That has never happened. And part of the reason is because most of those styling mousses and foams that are out there on the market for sets, they have no ingredients that provide hold in them. I don't know why you're selling them as a foam or a mousse when there's no hold. But these, of course, are gels. They do have several ingredients in them that provide hold. So it's, of course, that my hair lasted into the second day, and I'm absolutely loving it. Now, of course, I told you guys I had a concern because the one on the left felt like it was going to frizz and I didn't separate it. It is actually holding up just as good as the right, but I just could not separate it. So it's still kind of curl formery looking. I wasn't able to separate it as much as the other side, because it just has that clingy hairspray type feel to it. They both still have a coating. Even when I took it down this morning from my bonnet, they still both have a coated feeling, but the coating is probably helping me to withstand the high humidity in my environment, because I did go outside, even though briefly I did go to Super Target, chiropractor, check the mail. You know, I did go outside, you know, and I'm about to go outside again. I don't think any further check-ins are necessary, because the fact that I made it to day 2 and you can see there's not much of a difference between them, it's probably not going to get much more interesting from here. So I think that it's safe to say that, at least for this hairstyle, and I'm going to try this on other hairstyles that I do, other sets that I like to do, Bantu knot out, braid out for sure, because my typical braid out lasts about 4 days without rebraiding before I need to actually rebraid it and whatever. So I want to see what these do on that. So I would definitely say that they're good. Use either one you want to. And then, you know, if you wear a different hairstyle, what happened to me with the blue gel might not even be a concern. This might be unique to curl formers.